set by the police yesterday, that immediately people show up on the streets, they are there with anti-riot gear and very quick to arrest them. Do you anticipate that that is the relationship we'll be having between police and protesters going forward, now that we say we've entered the season of protests?
Thank you, Fred. And sometimes it's very disappointing to hear maybe some leaders, leaders supporting, situations that are actually illegal and unfortunate. I've watched that story and I've not seen, just like you have observed, I've not seen any young person that was armed with anything other than maybe a flag or something, a phone. And this is the same case, this is the same thing that happened in 2024 when very many young Kenyans were killed. I mean, I don't know, I don't understand why my colleagues, my co-panelists would say that the young men and women should not have demonstrated. I don't see where police action, was necessary. I mean, the police should have just been there, guarding to see to it that nobody, of course, interferes with people's businesses and lives and properties. But you cannot tell me that anybody just carrying a placard and just protesting, that you need to arrest them and, club them and the kind of thing that I've seen there. I mean, there cannot be any justification for that, Fred. Because as you say, as I found you saying, Article 37 provides, it's a right, as long as the only condition is that you should be unarmed and you should be peaceable. Mm-hmm. You should not be attacking people. You should not be, armed with anything. And that is the only thing that is required. And I've not seen them violate any of those particular conditions or circumstances for a lawful, protest. I've heard my brother here say that they ought not have, demonstrated because the government is doing something. The government is not supposed to do something. The government should protect Kenyans in terms of even, economic hardships. Mm-hmm. What we must tell government, and my brother here should hear that and maybe tell government if government listens to him, is that we need not have been in this particular situation in the first place. Mm-hmm. Nobody doesn't know that, of course, the reason given for this hike in fuel prices is whatever is happening in the Strait of Hormuz and what have you, because of course, of the Iranian war. But, any responsible government should have enough stocks to even last the country for about even 1 year. That is how responsible governments behave. You do not behave like you are waiting that, you just rely on the shipments that will be made every day. We must have a buffer. We must have buffer stocks. Okay. That is what we are saying. We are saying the government has failed in protecting Kenyans against eventualities like what has happened in Iran. And that is what should be happening. Then what Kenyans are also saying is that the price of petroleum products, we have been told almost 50% of this goes to taxes, Okay. So government ought not to have done just something. Government ought to have protected Kenyans against this, and government can still do something and reduce these particular, most of these taxes. Mm-hmm. But what we must be very categorical and firm about is that we will not allow our country to withdraw rights that have been given by the by the Constitution.
And that's my concern, because the debate about
and protest.
The debate about fuel prices is something different. Yes. It is the right to protest.
On demonstrations, I really like what Honorable Nyutu has said, but I wish they used to say the same things when they were in government. Mm-hmm. By the way, there was a time Honorable Nyutu's friend, Rigathi Gachagua, declared that the era of demonstration